OwnAmerica.com is a website for single-family investment owners, hence the name. I'm going to show you a quick demonstration now of the Own tab, where you as an owner, whether you're buying or selling or not, have a lot of free features as part of just opening up an account on the website. This is an account that I have pretty active. I've got multiple portfolios in here. You can see my portfolio cards that I can click into and see the analysis, and I'll get into more detail on that in a moment. But first I want to show you up on the left here, the strategy profile tab is where investors, and 2 out of 3 investors that register on the site do fill out a strategy profile that tells us what kind of investor they are, what their goals are, do they own and where, are they selling, are they buying and where, and what their needs are in terms of assistance. Under portfolios, this is where I can create an analysis of the portfolio that I own or the one that I wish to own by going to Owner Actions, clicking Add Portfolio, choosing a state and a city, and then putting a tagline in and putting a description in. Now I'm either going to enter in the properties one at a time, I'm going to upload a spreadsheet to the site and it will do it for you, or you can actually map the fields yourself in our easy portfolio Excel uploader, which is what most customers do. I can download a template right here and then fit my data in. I've already got a template filled in here, and so I'm just going to drag and drop my file right into the box, and I'm going to go on to the next step. This is where the system will map my portfolio fields, and so if there's any changes I want to make, I can change which field in the spreadsheet maps to which field in the OwnAmerica database. These all map just fine, so I'm going to click on Upload Properties. There are 24 properties in this portfolio. The system is now going out and pulling down data from a variety of APIs that we have hooked up. That includes valuation data, rental analytics, price appreciation, mapping, population trends, migration patterns, unemployment data, job statistics. And when it's all done, it's going to put together a portfolio visualizer custom for my portfolio. And here it is. The portfolio visualizer begins with a map, which is a way to get a sense of the clustering of the properties, to move in, zoom in, use the Google Street View, all the features you'd expect. All the properties are down below, so I can click into each one of these assets and see that property individually and stay on the full portfolio. I've got a tab here for financials. This is your yield calculator, fully interactive, gives you gross yield, net yield, cash on cash return. It also gives you a price appreciation index that I'll talk about in a moment, and projections, that any changes that I make to these assumptions are going to change my projections, and we use a 30-year projection so that people have a long-term mindset embedded in the experience, and any of these changes that I make modifications to my long-term projections. I can download a spreadsheet from here. I can go to my market data. Here's the price appreciation index. This is proprietary to OwnAmerica. We use a 20-year, unadjusted for inflation, unadjusted for seasonality, median sale price for the market the portfolio is in, and we show it as compared to the state and to the national average. What's so powerful about this is that it gives you the performance of this market from a price perspective during the stress test of the last 20 years. So you see the country began in a pretty steady incline, and then we had the real estate boom. Then we had the real estate bust. That wasn't a bust, it was actually a correction. And once it bottomed out, it made its way back to where it probably was headed all along. And you can see the way the market and the state perform. In this case, I can draw the observation that this county, Tarrant County in Texas, didn't really have a crazy real estate boom, didn't really suffer a big bust, but since then has been really on a roll. And my prediction based on this chart, for example, would be that I believe this green line is a really good indicator of where the market's going to go. So we pretty much have peaked right now. And I think home prices, while they won't go down, they will level off in Dallas, and we'll find out over the next couple of years if I'm right. They'll make their way back to this trend line. And this trend line gives me the 4.47% per year average that was used in the financials tab, but it also compares it to the state and to the country, gives me an indication of not just how I performed, but how it performed in this visualization during the stress test. Beneath that, I've got population trends, migration patterns, unemployment, and job diversity that gives me a picture into the qualitative factors of the market as well as quantitative factors of the market. It gives me a jumping off point to understand the nature of what it is that I own. We have the photo array to give you elevations of all the properties. We have the mortgage modeler, a multi-dimensional mortgage calculator that allows you to put in different factors and have it change the investor equity and cash flow charts here. And that is, of course, tied in. So I can see my mortgage balance decline. I can see my property appreciated according to the index. And I can visualize something very powerful about building wealth in real estate, which is that equity grows in both directions as time passes, plus cash flow. I can get a mortgage quote right here. Same thing with insurance and same thing with other resources. So from here, as an owner, I can just stop. This is a free account. I can visualize my portfolio. I can track the value of my portfolio. I think it's worth $2.1 million. The robot thinks it's worth $2 million flat. That's not unusual that we'd have a small disparity between market value and seller expectation. And of course, from here, I can decide that I want to sell. By clicking sell it, it reveals how many investors are on the platform that are interested in a portfolio like mine, which in this case is 119. And I can go through the sale process where I go through this wizard where I select which assets I want to sell. I indicate the rental status. My spreadsheet showed they released. It showed with the lease start and end dates, month to month, what the actual rent is. I can modify this as I see fit. I'll then rate the condition, and we use the C1 through C6 condition rating system that the appraisal industry has standardized, where I can indicate on an asset-by-asset basis or across all of them what the condition of my portfolio is so that a buyer has the opportunity to underwrite capital expenditures on this portfolio. Okay, I'm almost done. I set my asking prices. I have the input from the owner, in this case myself, and I have the estimated value according to the AVM. I can put whatever I want in here, and then I can e-sign and submit this portfolio for sale. Now this portfolio is set as submitted. It will be reviewed by an OwnAmerica manager, and the portfolio can be cleared to get pushed out for sale. So now that portfolio resides under my Own tab, and I can see that I've got 24 properties submitted, and once they're approved, that will show as 24 properties active. It'll then place it on the platform and put the OwnAmerica manager in a position to distribute and syndicate that portfolio to all the 119 buyers that are on the platform and then market it broadly. Thanks for watching.